Hi guys, welcome to javainterviewquestions.com. Let's see the rules for method overriding, which is one of the important interview question for 0 to 5 years of experience. And recently one of my friends was asked in UHG interview, explain the rules for method overriding. So first and foremost rule is related to the return type. So return type should be same as superclass method. That means if superclass has a return type, the same return type should be there for subclass 2. We should not add or modify like that. Suppose if we take public class test void m1, okay, and if you see this is the right class child test extends test void m1, okay. Here we can have void which is same return type, but we cannot have different return type for subclass method. See here, there is an issue. There is a small mistake here. I am corrected it. So if test class has method m1 with void return type, the subclass should also have the m1 with same return type. Okay, but if you see here m1, it has a different return type. Okay, this is not called as an overriding. Return type should be same. Next, static modifier should not be added or removed. Suppose if you see public class test void m1, here we don't have any static modifier, so subclass should have the same return, same access modifiers or same specifiers. So that is the reason, as we don't have static here, even here also static is not declared. So this is wrong. Suppose a superclass method m1 does not have static modifier, subclass method should not have static modifier. This is rule 2. So this is right. That means it cannot have, suppose if superclass does not have static modifier, subclass method should also not contain static modifier. Okay, this is wrong. Next, accessibility. This is the rule 3. Accessibility modifier should be same as superclass. Accessibility modifier should be same as superclass, or it can be increased but cannot be decreased. Okay. Suppose if we take public class test public void m1 class child test extends test public void m1, if you see the access specifier, here it is public, in subclass also it is public, it cannot be protected. If you see here, this is wrong. Why? Because we are decreasing the accessibility specifier. So from public it should be either public, okay, it cannot be protected. So public to protected means accessibility specifier, accessibility is getting reduced. Okay, suppose if you have private in method, private in superclass, we can have public, protected and default in subclass as well as private. But if you have public in superclass, we cannot decrease its accessibility. So protected is wrong if we declare as in the subclass. This is the rule 3, accessibility. And coming to the rule 4. In rule 4, this is one of the important rule 4. Throws class should not be added with checked exception if superclass does not contain it. Assume that if superclass has a checked exception, throwing checked exception, subclass must throw the same exception. Subclass must throw the same exception or its subclass, but cannot throw exception of its superclass. Okay, suppose assume that in superclass I have an exception, in superclass I have a method m1 which throws IO exception. Okay, which throws IO exception. So overriding class should contain same IO exception but cannot contain directly exception. Okay, so superclass should contain, if superclass contains throws checked exception, subclass should contain the same exception or its subclass but should not be the parent. So this is the rule 4. So these are the 4 important rules related to method overriding. Hope you guys understand this video. Thanks for watching my video. If you like my video, don't forget to subscribe to my video.